Hey everyone, today we're taking a look at Deadzone Rogue, an ambitious FPS roguelike that has immense potential. Doom the Dark Ages is the hot FPS these days, but Deadzone Rogue is no slouch either, with some great gunplay, roguelike elements, and progression. It's still in early access, so it's not fully complete and it has some balance issues, but I am having a great time. It combines the gun feel of Titanfall 2 with the addicting boon progression from Hades. There hasn't been many FPS roguelikes that really popped off, but I'm hoping Deadzone Rogue finds a lasting player base because this game is rock solid. Let's start with the game feel. Deadzone Rogue moves and shoots great. Aside from a double jump, you also have a dash on a short cooldown, allowing you to dodge attacks. It feels snappy, smooth, and leaves a lot of room for skill expression. Aggressive shotgun play to distance sniping all feel viable during my playtime, and this is thanks to the dash allowing you to always have the capability to outplay the enemies. The shooting too feels fantastic. For a smaller project, I wasn't expecting for the gun feel to have that top-notch polish, but this feels like the shooting from Titanfall or Destiny. The sound effects sound crunchy, recoil feels appropriate, and the sounds of killing enemies flick that monkey dopamine switch that kept me flowing from one room to the next. It is truly impressive the mechanical foundation they've created here. As for the structure of the game, you play as a soldier without memories who wakes up in a ship where you have to descend down and complete your roguelike runs. The story here is lacking. There's some environmental storytelling that helps build up the mystery behind this huge spaceship you're on, but aside from a few backlogs and occasional story moments, there wasn't much that kept me invested. It's enough though to get us into those runs and shoot up those mechanical baddies. You move from room to room, required to kill all the enemies before proceeding to the next. At the end of each room is a perk, kind of like the boons from Hades, where you select a buff from 3 options and slowly create a build. The perks themselves are decent. They're a bit straightforward and there are definitely issues in the balance, but there's enough variety that I still found it strategic to plan around my perks and weapons. You got your elemental effects, weak point bonuses, melee builds, shotgun builds, long range builds. The perks definitely feel empowering, but there is room to improve here, and I like to see more balanced, ambiguous options to allow for more creative character building. Each run is around 20 to 30 rooms long, which is a good length. I felt my build really come together towards the end of a run, and the challenges in the last few rooms really testing you. The gameplay is excellent, but the enemy AI does feel a little lacking. They don't really move in very intelligent ways, kind of all slowly encroaching in on you at various speeds. It's not a huge downside as the game is still challenging through enemy numbers and variety, but these bad guys don't really feel like they have much personality in the way they move. There is a good selection of these enemies though, from your standard foot soldier to zombies that charge at you to heavy shield guys with big firepower. They're not the most memorable enemies I've seen, but they do well in servicing the combat and progression, so overall I like what the devs are doing here. Content wise, there's a decent amount of stuff right now for early access. 2 zones with a handful of missions for each one. Some of these force you to try a certain playstyle, like only shotguns or only long range weapons, which I felt was executed quite well. They do a good job at introducing you to certain perks and augments that benefit a type of build, so getting players to try their hands at different styles adds some gameplay variety. As far as I can tell, there's only one main story mission per zone though, which was a little disappointing in how little story content there is currently. But the additional optional missions are challenging, and with 5 difficulty modes, Deadzone Rogue urges you to keep grinding and push your skill ceiling. As for the progression, like Hades, every time you die, you go to a small hub area where you can purchase upgrades with currency you collect throughout your runs. The first set of upgrades available are pretty straightforward, increasing your damage, HP, shields, pickup range, and more, but it gets more exciting when you reach Zone 2, allowing you to level up the very perks you come across in a run. There is even a 3rd page of progression that is blocked out until Zone 3, so it seems like there will be even more depth planned later down the line. Visually, the game looks solid. Definitely not AAA, but the fidelity is decent, the UI works well, and it's just pretty good quality all around. The music is alright, nothing to write home about, but the sound effects as mentioned earlier are fantastic. The gun sounds alone are enough to keep you shooting your gun over and over. Best for me though is that it runs really great in my experience. Smooth frames, no crashing, opens and closes fast. I'm no expert, but it feels quite optimized with minimal bugs and issues. Overall, Deadzone Rogue is a great surprise, and one of the best executions I've seen at an FPS roguelike. It takes elements from Hades, Titanfall, and even Doom, and spins them all into a rock-solid gameplay foundation that has so much potential. While the AAA scene has moved towards an $80 standard unfortunately, games like Deadzone are even more appealing with its quality gameplay and affordable pricing at $25 for early access. The devs mentioned that the full release will see a price bump, but compared to many of the cookie-cutter AAA experiences that really don't match the price tag, I can fully recommend Deadzone Rogue. If you played it already, do you agree? What are other FPS roguelikes I should check out? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See ya!